Good morning. It is Thursday. It's 1:33 in the afternoon. I will make it my life's mission for editing Jess. I will say what the freaking date is, because every time I go to edit these videos, I'm like, what date is this? I don't know. Why do you do this to yourself? Anyway, I thought I'd sit down and just talk to you guys and hang out. I actually wanted to do something a little bit different. I'm getting ready to go to work and I'm like putting on a little bit of makeup. I said in my Things I Hate About BookTube video that I don't wear makeup outside of work. Sometimes I do if I'm feeling, I've kind of talked about this before, if you're feeling really down, you're feeling really like blah and life just doesn't feel good, try to get out of your pajamas, like try to, even if you're going to be in your house, put on clothes that you feel nice in, maybe like do your hair a little bit, put on a little bit of makeup if you're like that. That's something that I do when I don't feel good. I will put on like concealer and like some eyeshadow because I love eyeshadow. I think eyeshadow is like so much fun to me. So when I do it, it makes me feel better. So today I thought I would sit down and do my makeup with you guys, just chat. I actually saw JD Reads did a video where she was getting ready and took a bunch of quizzes and then, you know, was just like doing her makeup at the same time. So I thought I would do that because I actually really loved that video and I really want to do that. And people all the time ask me like, what makeup I wear when I do film and whatnot, so I thought today I would kind of show you. I am in no way good at makeup though. We're just gonna go ahead and start with that. First thing I always do is wash my face and put on sunscreen. I like am constantly wearing sunscreen. And then I do concealer. Now for concealer I have Tarte Shape Tape. I am kind of hit or miss on Tarte because I don't know, their like color range isn't very good. I don't use a whole lot of this. I just use it to brighten my eyes and to prime my eyelids. But the quiz that I wanted to do today, or one of the quizzes because I don't know how long it's going to take me to get ready, is who is your Hogwarts best friend? And this is done by Bloomsbury apparently. Alright, question number 1. What's your most treasured possession? Anything from the Chudley Cannons collection, my photo album, my Hand of Glory, my books, my Mimbulus Mimbulatonia, my dirigible plume earrings, my broomstick, and my pet dog. I feel like, okay, so if I had to answer this honestly, if I had it, it'd be between my books and my pet dog. But if I honestly had a dog, or like, for example, my cats, if something ever happened to my cats, or if I had to choose between my books and my cats, I would go with them. So I'm gonna say my pet dog. Question number 2, choose a spell. Anything but the slug vomiting charm, anything that I can experiment with, Engorgio, Serpensortia? I am so bad at pronouncing shit. Bat Bogey Hex, Apugno, Expecto Patronum, or Ridiculous. I'm gonna do anything but the slug vomiting charm because that literally terrifies me. What's my favorite hobby? Reading, Quidditch, growing plants, exploding snap, looking after animals, wizard chess, dueling or taunting my enemies, or making special event hats. That's hilarious. Obviously reading. I'm gonna get Hermione, aren't I? So obviously that's supposed to be. A locked door. What do you do? Try tickling the hinges, use Alohomora, of course, shrug and turn around. Try to blast it away, but end up setting myself on fire. Yeah. Ask Peeves to slip underneath and tell me what's behind it. Summon an underling to bash it down. Accidentally wrench the handle off trying to turn it, or knock. What would I do? I think I would just knock because I'm stupid. What would your ideal muggle job be? Journalist, athlete, zookeeper, gardener, professional chess player, campaigner, sports journalist, or who needs a job when you're as rich as me? Mine would be a zookeeper because I really like animals. Question number 6. What is your greatest fear? I mean, shoot. Alright, if you guys want a really good setting powder, by the way, that has like, it doesn't make you look super glowy, but it does make you look less powdery. I really like Milani. It's their Prep and Set. It's the number 2 Prep Set and Glow. It's like an illuminating transparent powder. Okay, my greatest fear. Nargles, facing the Dark Lord's displeasure, Professor Snape, Azkaban, just thinking about it gives me the shivers. Spiders, though I'm not too fond of Death Eaters or Mountain Trolls, fear itself, being expelled from Hogwarts, or basilisks. I know this is totally the wrong answer, but I'm gonna go with spiders because, well, spiders and Death Eaters and Mountain Trolls, because I honestly, like, I love Harry Potter, but the things that happen in their world, some of the things that you can experience there, I am not a fan of. Question number 7, it's the weekend, how are you going to spend it? Hanging out with my friends, watering my plants, just me, looking for crumpled horned snorkax, having a snowball fight, playing Quidditch, plotting against my enemies, baking rock cakes, getting a head start on next week's homework. Okay, which one of these is really me? Because I don't really hang out with people. I wouldn't do that. Having a snowball fight, playing Quidditch, plotting against my enemies, baking rock cakes, or getting a head start on next week's homework. Or watering my plants. I'm gonna go with watering my plants because unfortunately that's probably true. What's your favorite Quidditch position? Keeper, I like to watch matches occasionally. Chaser, commentator, cheering from the stands, seeker, reading the rule book, or I should be captain. I'm gonna be, I like to watch matches occasionally because I don't care about sports at all. Not necessarily Harry Potter sports, just sports in general. Alright, next question. Which pet would you like to have? An owl, a bibbering humdinger, a pygmy puff, a basilisk, a cat, a toad, a rat, or a dragon. Are we talking like realistic pets here? Because I would just go with a cat, but I think if I could actually choose a pet to have, it would be a dragon. I would just like keep it in my backyard or something. Alright, I'm gonna bronze just a tiny bit because my body's tan and my face is not. I'm gonna use the butter bronzer. It's like super fair. Alright, choose a snack. Birdie Bots every flavor. Beans, tooth flossing string mints, cauldron cakes, vol events, rock cakes, chocolate frog, treacle tart, pumpkin pasties. Honestly, I think of all of these, the one that I would really enjoy the most is the tooth flossing string mints because if I could get away with it, I would carry my toothbrush around with me constantly, and I always carry dental floss. I feel like having a candy that does that for me would be really freaking helpful. Like, does this exist in real life? Can I get this in real life, please? Other than that, it'd be cauldron cakes, but my Hogwarts best friend would be Hagrid, which doesn't surprise me. I so wanted Ron because Ron could be my best friend and my boyfriend. Who would your Hogwarts best friend be? Tell me in the comments. If you could choose your Hogwarts best friend, who would you choose? Because I would definitely choose Ron. I know, I really like Ron. Okay, let's see. What's another thing that people like to do? Let's do book quizzes. See what we get. Alright, I'm gonna go on Book Riot and see what I can find. Let's do what your reading personality is. I don't know what necessarily that means. What's your reading personality? Are you eclectic, serial, exacting, or involved? Gonna find out. Question number 1. You've got an hour to spend in the bookstore or library. Where do you start? Chat with the bookstore staff to find out what they recommend. Bounce around from section to section, browsing whatever looks good. Check out my favorite authors to see if there's anything new. An hour in the bookstore in my dreams. It's gonna be that because I can't go to the bookstore for just an hour. Who can do that? Question number 2. What do you look for when choosing a book? Something a bit different or unusual. I usually choose books that have been recommended to me by friends. The next book on my to-read list. I own all the books on my to-read list. A book by one of my favorite authors. I'm gonna go with, I usually choose books that have been recommended to me by my friends because honestly, like, whether it be people on the internet that I know or other booktubers or other Instagrammers or whatever, that's definitely where I get my recommendations from. Question number 3, you're in your local bookstore and you see that an author signing is scheduled for the following day. What do you do? Put it on my calendar. I love to go to these things even if I'm not familiar with the author. It looks interesting, but the chances are I just won't have the time to go. Check to see if it's on my favorite authors. If so, I'll definitely try, otherwise probably not. if I happen to be passing the time, I'll probably drop in to see what's going on. I'm gonna do favorite authors. Because like if Stephen King was somewhere, I would like call out of work and be like, hey. Question number 4, which of these quotes appeals to you most? It is the mark of an educated man to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Choose an author as you would a friend. Ooh. Read the best books first or you may not have a chance to read them all. When I get a little money, I buy books, and if any is left, I buy food and clothes. I am gonna go with choose an author as you would a friend because that's how I feel about Stephen King. I feel like my favorite authors are my freaking friends. Question number 5, you heard about a book that looks like it may be good. What do you do? If it's an author I've enjoyed in the past, I'll probably just buy or borrow it without any more research as I know I like the author. That's true. I'll probably spend some time asking friends, visiting websites to find out what others think of it because half the fun of reading a good book is finding it in the first place. I'll check it out online and try to read an excerpt and some more reviews as too often books don't live up to the hype. I don't have a lot of spare time, so most of my information comes from a handful of reliable sources. If one of them says it's good and it looks interesting, I'll probably buy or borrow it based on their advice. So all of these kind of apply to me, but because answer number 1 exists, if it's an author I've enjoyed in the past, I'll probably just buy or borrow it without any more research. I'm gonna go with that one. Although the other ones do apply, I think that one applies the most to me. If it didn't exist, I would have gone with one of the other ones. Question number 6, you finished your last book, what do you do? Check around the house, there's sure to be something interesting that I haven't read yet, that's so true. Look up the list of books that I've been wanting to read and order one. Reread my favorites until I find a new book to enjoy. Call up a friend and see if they've got any books they can recommend or lend me. I'm gonna go with the first one to check around the house because there's bound to be a book I need to read. I'm gonna do my eyes real quick. This is a palette I use or am currently using. It's the Dream Street palette. I'm obsessed with ColourPop Cosmetics. They are hands down my favorite company. I actually just placed a huge order with them, like too much money, $150. I spent $150. Well, it went on my credit card, so I'm like, oh, that's okay. Let me just justify it like that. On their makeup, but I love their makeup. It's cruelty free and they're just like a great company in general. I love all the girls that work there too. I think that they're really nice. Question number 7, your friend's having a birthday party and you've decided to give him or her a book. What do you get them? A current bestseller that I think will suit him or her. A book that's part of a series that I enjoy. A book that's a bit out of the ordinary but I think he or she'll enjoy. A book by a new author I've just discovered and maybe I can borrow it later. I'm gonna go with a current bestseller that I think will suit him or her. This question is really dependent on whether or not my friend reads. Like, you know what I mean? Alright, so let's see what my result is. The all-arounder. Your responses show you fit equally into all 4 reading personalities. Wow, okay. Oh, and then it gives me a list of books I might enjoy. It says, involved reader, you don't just love to read books, you love to read about books. For you, half the fun of reading is the thrill of the chase. Exacting reader, you love books but rarely have as much time to read as you'd like. Serial reader, once you discover a favorite writer, you tend to stick with him or her through thick and thin. And the eclectic reader, you read for entertainment but also to expand your mind. So I'm apparently all 4 of those, which is just a tiny bit ridiculous, I think. Although not 100% surprising. This is so hard to do. Alright, one more quiz and then I am going to finish my makeup. Let's do... Alright. Let's see what house I would belong in. Not house. What are they called? Court? Call it a house. Definitely not a house quiz. Alright. Pick a personal motto. Live by your own rules. Be as shrewd as a serpent and innocent as a dove. The more you read, the more things you will know. Embrace the finer things in life. Competition is the mother of success. The early bird catches the worm. And take the bull by the horns. I'm gonna go with the more you read, the more you'll know, which is a Dr. Seuss quote, and that's a little bit weird to me. How would you most likely be spending the weekend? Let's see. By day, luxuriating in a sensuous spa. By night, strutting it in an exclusive club. I'm gonna go ahead and say there's not a chance in hell that's gonna be me. Working my way through a pile of books I've been dying to read. While I would like to think that that's what I'd be doing on the weekend, I would probably be playing video games. Chilling in a mountain lodge, maybe. Visiting an art gallery and strolling around a stately home. Soaking up the sun on an island in the Mediterranean. Oh my god, does that not sound like heaven right now? Running a marathon the same as every weekend. Ask me three or 4 years ago and that totally would have been me, but not anymore. Going for a walk each morning. Going for a walk each morning and then pottering around at home. That is definitely me. That is 1000% what I would do on the weekend. That is actually what I do on the weekend. What's your favorite fairy tale? Rapunzel, Hansel and Gretel, Rumpelstiltskin, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Snow White, Bluebird, or Little Red Riding Hood. Honestly, I don't like any of these. I guess we'll go with... I don't know. I'll go with Little Red Riding Hood because I read an alternate version once where she killed the wolf. What's your favorite kind of party? Christmas carousing, cocktail evening with burlesque entertainment. I'm not big on parties, to be honest. Refined mask ball, sunset boat party, picnic in a pasture, or bonfire. Definitely a bonfire. Depends on the party though. Like, I'm really not big on parties, but I'm just saying, I love me some anything really to do with outdoors. I love bonfires. Which one of these cute animals makes your heart melt? Oh my god, if you guys could see these. Darling deer fawn, fluffy feline, lovely little lamb, furry fox cub, dolphin calf, frolicking fowl, and huggable husky. Honestly, it's between the cat and the husky. I love cats, but I also really love huskies, so I'm gonna go with husky. Alright, the next question is not one that I can relate to at all, but it says you have a massive crush on someone, what do you do? I'm just gonna pull their hair. Avoid them like the plague, I blush like crazy so they'd know exactly how I felt, which would be like a disaster. Be myself, I'm a total mistress of seduction and always get what I want. Holy shit, that's so full of yourself. Make my feelings known and ask them out, why the hell not? Check out how suitable a match we'd be before deciding what action to take. Engineer a way to spend time with them. Assuming they meet my standards, I'd leave them a love letter. And then someone else said, what's a crush? I'm gonna go with what's a crush because I'm married. And I haven't had to worry about that in like 8 years. I don't even know what it's like having a crush anymore, honestly. What does your best friend love most about you? To narrow it down, I'd say my loyalty, charm, and stunning good looks. That's freaking hilarious. My joie de vivre. And generosity, I don't know what the heck that means, so probably not that one. My radiant personality, my sharp wit, my intellect, my trustworthiness, my sense of humor. I'm gonna go with my sense of humor. Oh, that sense of honor. No, go back. I'm gonna go sharp wit because that kind of means humor, right? Which of these are your least appealing attributes? I'm pretty sure everything about me is appealing. Wow. Snobbery, otherwise known as good taste in my honest opinion. I have a secret sly side. I can be pretty hot-headed and vulgar. Sitting on the fence. I'm massively competitive and never compromise. I can be too serious. I'm gonna go with hot-headed and vulgar. Everyone for some reason thinks I'm super nice, and I try to be nice, but I don't know, I am hot-headed. I do get frustrated really easy at certain things, and I don't know, I hope you guys are here to learn new things about me. What's your sweet treat of choice? Strawberries and fresh cream, rhubarb cake, black forest gâteau, honey-filled pancakes, lemon tart with dark cherry or dark chocolate base, Odie cookies, and spiced apple pie. I think I might just love sugar so much that it's hard to choose from these, but I'm actually gonna go with rhubarb cake because I love cake and I love rhubarb. Pick an outdoor activity. Snowboarding, free climbing, hang gliding, hill walking, meadow meandering, skinny dipping in a sparkling lake, or deep sea diving. So I cannot lie at all. I'm gonna go skinny dipping in a sparkling lake. I don't fucking care who's there. Which of the following would you most love to receive as a gift? Dazzling diamond tiara, radiant rubies, stylish sapphire earrings, pretty gold pendant, bracelet of fire opals, precious pearl necklace, or extravagant onyx choker. I'm gonna go with fire opals because they're really pretty. What is your favorite smell? My favorite smell is not on this list. Gingerbread latte, rose blossom, burning wood, the sea, freshly cut grass, seductive jasmine, and freshly brewed coffee. My two favorite smells, one is more of a sensory smell. It is the smell when it like starts to rain. I like the way the world smells when it starts to rain. There's actually a word for it. My husband sent it to me one day, but I can't remember what it is. My second favorite smell is vanilla. So it's not on here, but I'm gonna go with fresh brewed coffee. Which botanical beauty most blows you away? Sunflowers, rose hips, marigolds, olive groves, buttercups, pine trees and bluebells. I'm gonna go with pine trees. All right, the next one is, how would you describe your style? I dress to impress, comfy, crisp and cool, high class, timeless, sporty, bright and bold, or geek chic. I'm gonna go with geek chic because that's definitely me. Which of the following would be the top of your bucket list? Breaking a world record, writing a life-changing novel, observe the northern lights. I'm actually bored by that because I definitely did that when I was growing up. Make sure I'm immortalized, sail the 7 seas, visit all the world's wonders, or see the sunrise on every continent. Mine be a novel. Oh, and of course there's an ad. Let me just watch this ad real quick and then we can see what happens. I belong to the day court? I always get autumn court, or I've gotten autumn court like once before. You're a book-loving brainiac who thinks innovatively and loves to learn, which makes day court your ideal home. But while your love of learning is praiseworthy and you put your knowledge to great use, don't neglect your emotional and physical needs, and most importantly, remember to make time for your friends. I am unsatisfied with that answer. But that's gonna be it for my update this morning. I am going to finish getting ready because there's so much that I have to do. I need to leave here in like 20 minutes, so. Yeah, thank you for hanging out with me. I'll hopefully update you guys tonight. I'm bringing Annex with me to work today, so hopefully I'll be able to finish it. I don't know, we'll see, but yeah, whatever. I will update you guys hopefully tonight when I get home. If not, I will update you tomorrow morning before I go back to work. Hopefully I finish Annex this afternoon, but I'll let you know how that goes. Hello, it is Sunday. It has been 3 days since I've updated you, I think. This is what I'm working with. I didn't read at all the last 3 days. I've been in such a reading slump, it's not even funny, but I'm out of the reading slump. I finished Annex by Rich Larson yesterday, and I actually really liked the ending. I thought it was really cool. I don't know how it's gonna continue. There's a little excerpt of it in the back of Annex, but I think I'm just gonna wait and read the book when it comes out because I'm still interested in the series. It's definitely a 3-star, a 3.5 star. The beginning was really strong and the ending was really strong. It was just a little bit in the middle. It seemed a little bit redundant. I'm gonna do a full review of it tonight, hopefully. So by the time you guys see this, that review will be up. It'll be up on my blog and on Goodreads, hopefully. So whatever resource you use to like view them, you'll see it there. But I did start, well, not started, but got a little bit further into, what's it called? Godblind by Anna Stevens. Let me check and see what page I'm on. All right, so I'm on page 107 and I'm actually really liking it. It's really strange because I know everyone else in the group is really hating it, but I'm like really liking it. They use the word fuck like every like 3 pages. They use the word fuck. It's very adult. There's a lot of blood, trigger warnings for like rape and child abuse, and because the main character, one of the girls, Rillarin is her name, she is kind of sold into slavery, and when she's first sold into slavery she's like 11, I think, and they try to convince her, you know, I mean, they try to get her to forget where she's from and to claim where they're from, and so essentially at that point she's just like a normal slave, and then when she's 14 she's sold into sex slavery essentially. And I really like this book because there's like the group of, I can't remember what they're called, but they are more barbaric and they believe in like blood gods and like the old gods, and then there are these people called the wolves who are like the I don't want to say guard, but like the military of the prince, like the kingdom that lives in the same place, and they've been at war with the other group for a very long time. Now Rillarin is just like a slave, and the king from the people who believe in the old blood gods tries to rape her, and she kills him in the beginning and takes off, and this boy is out looking, well these group of men are out looking. Dom is somebody who it seems like he's on like a quest, like he works with them, with the wolves, and he said he needs to find the key and he'll know when he sees it because he had like a vision, and then he sees her running away from the other group and he's like, she's the key, and saves her. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. They're going back to Dom's city that he grew up in because they cast him out because he apparently can pull information from her, but decides not to when they originally like help her, and then the group of them get attacked by the people who are looking for Rillarin, and a lot of people die, and a lot of people like lose limbs and like fingers and stuff, and like they really believe in being able to fight, and so they dishonor him basically and kick him and her out, like fucking go home, and give her like a tent. So they're trying to like get back to his city, and they just got back, and he's like, they're out drinking because he's like, we need to get well and drunk, and he accidentally says some things, and you can just tell that he really likes Rillarin, and in the sense of wants to help and protect her, and he says at one point, I will protect you for forever, no harm will ever come from you, but it's more because of the quest that he's on, like his, like, what do you want to call it, like he has to do these things, like he's called to do these things, because in the beginning he actually slaps her and is like, get the fuck away from me, like after they get kicked out of the camp that they were in after it's attacked. So it's really confusing, but I'm really liking it. I think I'm gonna be the only person in that entire live chat that likes it, because I think a bunch of other people DNF'd it, but we'll see. I'm really liking it, so I'm gonna hopefully read a lot of it today. I need to actually finish it tonight, and I'm like a fourth of the way through, so we'll see. But I will check in with you guys tonight when I get home. Yeah, I'll definitely fill you in when I get home tonight. Hello and good morning. It is Monday, and it is day 1 of BookTubeathon, and I'm still reading Godblind by Anna Stevens because I have until Saturday to finish this. I'm about exactly halfway through it, and I'm really liking it. Spoilers, I really like it. But I am getting ready to tackle some of the prompts for BookTubeathon, some of the reading prompts, because you guys know I'm only doing vlogs, I'm not doing videos for this one. So I'm gonna get done, read a book wearing a hat the whole time, which the book for that I believe was Paper Girls. And then the other prompt that I want to do today is read a book with green on the cover, which is another comic that I have taken out from the library, and that is Snot Girl. So I have a few prompts that I can get done today. I did pick 7 books, if you guys saw my TBR. 5 of them are just normal books, 2 of them were comics. And that is because I just wanted to have the option of a bunch of books to read. Hopefully I'm able to read all of them. I don't know if I'll be able to read them in 7 days. We'll just have to see. But if not, it's a lot of fun to do it anyway. So I am going to set my mind to doing that and hopefully just relax today. I have a video already filmed and uploaded. I just don't remember what it is. So I need to check that and make sure that is all good and dandy. And then that's it. That's all I'm going to do today. I'm just going to read and hang out and do absolutely nothing. So I will check with you guys a little bit later and let you know what I'm thinking of the comics. So I just finished Snot Girl, the very first, which one was it? Read a book with green in the cover, on the cover, whatever. It says green hair, don't care, and it's actually green, so I think this was doubly fitting. I really like this, other than I don't like Lottie. I think I gave it 4, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 stars because I don't like Lottie as the main character. She complains about her friends and her ex-boyfriend being awful, but she's also awful. Like, she doesn't remember like important things that happen with them. She like gives them all really bitchy nicknames. She one of her friends is actually engaged, but her fiance is hitting on Lottie and she doesn't tell her. She's just like, oh, what a creep. But she doesn't deem it necessary to tell her friend that her fiance is doing shady shit like this. I liked it though because it took a turn that I wasn't expecting it to take. There's like another blogger that's introduced to the scene because that's what they do. There are bloggers. I always want to say vloggers. There are bloggers in this book. There's a bunch of them, but a new one is introduced and she goes out with Lottie one night and then ends up dead. And Lottie kind of blames herself, doesn't really know what's going on, that kind of stuff. And I wasn't expecting it to have like an adult theme to it, but I really like the art style as well. I thought it was really cool. I'm excited to see where this series goes. Like I said, I'm going to give this one 4 out of 5 stars. But right now I'm about to start Paper Girls, which I have heard very mixed reviews on. So we'll see what I think of it. And this one I'm reading with a hat on, which I have my hat right next to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on and read that and let you guys know what I think of it here in a minute. Getting ready to go to the library. Sorry if it's a little hazy in here, I just blew out a bunch of candles, but we're getting ready to go to a library my husband's gonna work on some school stuff and I'm just gonna hang out and read. I haven't like gone to the library to just read in a really long time, but that's what we're doing this afternoon. But I'm hopping on here really quickly before we go. I'm probably not gonna vlog while we're there just because, I mean, I might show you kind of like what the library looks like. Maybe, don't hold me to it. I'm kind of weird about vlogging in public, but hopping on here to let you guys know what I'm thinking of Paper Girls so far. I'm like 10 pages in and I'm already kind of not excited about it. There's a certain point in the book where these boys confront one of the girls and they say something like, let me see if I can find it. She calls one of them an AIDS patient. Let's see. The other one one of the boys calls her a bitch. The main girl calls him the F word, like, I can't even say it out loud. The derogatory term for male gay men, usually. I know you know what word I'm talking about. The other thing that happens is one of the older boys, like the main characters are all pretty young, but he said, yum, Catholic schoolgirl, and the other guy said, she's like 8, man, and he said, grass on the field, ... And if you don't know what that means, it is a joke that men like to make about super young girls. It's like if she can grow body hair, she's of an age that it's okay to have sex with her. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely started growing hair when this is probably too much information. I started my period when I was like 8 and I started growing body hair right about that age. And comments like this, as somebody who is a survivor of sexual abuse and sexual assault, I don't think that it's funny. And I know that a lot of people, like to say, it's literature, it's fiction, there's a place and a time for everything. You can't like police it. And I completely understand that. I'm definitely one of those people that I read things that I feel like a lot of people would find offensive or, but I have my limits. And my limit for me is I never tell somebody not to be upset at the content of a book. I just ask that they respectfully understand that if other people want to read it, for whatever reason, to let them read it and gain their own opinions on it. But the thing that I always try to drive home is that if a book has content in it that makes you uncomfortable and makes you feel a certain way, then you are allowed to feel that way. And that's the issue that I'm having with Paper Girls right now, is some of the things that are said and some of the things that happen just leave a really sour taste in my mouth and make me not want to continue reading it. And that's the issue I'm having right now. And the bigger issue is that I have the first like 8 volumes and I want to read them because I kind of like the storyline of it. So what I'm going to try to do is bring the first one with me to the library and see if I'm able to get through the little bits of it, that are kind of leaving me with a sour taste. Because after those things were said, the young girl comment was not addressed, but one of the other girls says, hey, like, you can't use the F word. Because like I said, one of the female main characters calls this boy the F word. And it's kind of addressed later. She's like, you can't say that. And the other girl just kind of like brushes it off. So I'm hoping that there's a little bit, like it's addressed a little bit more in this. Because like I said, there's a place for certain things in literature and you can't tell people necessarily like what they can and can't write. But you can choose whether or not to consume it. So I'm really glad I rented this from the library and didn't buy it. Because I don't think it's something that I so far would want to own. I just got a really weird feeling about it, but I'm going to bring, like I said, the first one with me to the library, and then I'm going to grab one of my other books to bring with me as well and see what I'm able to read and what I'm able to get done. But that's going to be it for this update. We don't have anything planned tonight, but just to go to the library, so we'll see what else we get into this evening, but that is going to be it for this update, and I will check in with you guys. So it is Wednesday. I am just done filming, getting ready to finish editing and uploading everything. I'm just popping on here. I've decided to do one big vlog for Booktubeathon as opposed to the normal vlogs that other people are doing, because I don't have it in me to edit a new video for every single day. I definitely applaud people who are able to do that and I think it's awesome. I just can't do it, so you're gonna get one big vlog. I'm probably not gonna be able to read everything that I have set aside, and that's totally fine with me. I'm just able to do what I'm able to do. So tonight my husband just got a new video game. It is Detroit Become Human, which I really wanted to see played. I watched a couple people play it, but there's so many different endings that I kind of want to see what's going to happen when he plays it and when I play it. So I'm going to lay on the couch next to him and read Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer, which is on my list of books for the Booktubeathon, and I'm just going to relax and hang out. I've been taking a very relaxed stance on my life right now. I'm just trying to relax and just chill while I can, because the school year at OSU is about to start and I'm about to be super busy at work. So that is what I'm getting into today. I'm going to finish uploading and editing these videos. I'm going to grab some food, make some coffee, hang out, wait for him to get home, and then just relax. So hopefully I will be able to check in with you guys a little bit later, but I'm just really excited for August because we're closer and closer to fall, and fall is my favorite season. And I wanted to do the Nudes Readathon, but I'm not going to be doing it because I just want to read what I want to read. And while I can pick TBRs, Obviously, I'm just feeling really weird and my reading's been really weird, so I just want to relax and like not have to have anything set at all. I just want to read what I want to read when I want to read it. So that is what I'm doing. That's my life. That's going to be August, but I hope you guys are enjoying this vlog, but I will check in with you guys a little bit later and let you know what I'm thinking of Annihilation. Hello, welcome back. It is an update for you. I am still editing. I just got up one video finally. I had to make a run all the way on the other side of town and I'm such an idiot. There's a couple main highways that run through Columbus, and of course I got stuck in a little bit of traffic on the way in because most people work at night, so they were on their way into work and that was a pain in the ass. And on the way home I decided that driving through downtown would be easier, but while it is technically the shorter route, it was not the easier route and I got stuck in traffic and I was very unhappy about it. But I'm responding to comments right now and then I'm gonna get my other video up. I just redid my, like, the look of my YouTube channel, and I redid the look of my Twitter because I wanted it to be a little bit brighter, because while I do like dark things, I don't know, I just wanted a change. I wanted it to be lighter and brighter. But I'm getting on here right now because I was gonna do a whole dedicated video to this, but I decided not to. My neighbor's watching me, whatever. About black creators on YouTube, because a lot of people have noticed recently there has been a lot more attention to YouTube, to BookTube, and the New York Times did an article about BookTube and they talked about a couple of booktubers that, you know, everybody kind of knows about, and I'm not trying to detract from their accomplishments because obviously, like, it's amazing, it's great that they're getting attention and that they're being talked about. But there was just a lack of diversity. Like, even in the picture that they used, I think it was for BookCon, I could be wrong, but there was only one black creator in that entire picture, and no one that they talked about in the article or talked to in the article was black. And it just makes me really sad and really disheartened because there are a ton of black creators on YouTube that I follow, that I love, like Joe the Great being one of them, The Positive Writer being another. Like, there's just so many, and it's really sad that I feel like on BookTube and in a lot of things like video, movie, you know, anything like that, I feel like the color of your skin really does kind of dictate the type of exposure you get. Because I feel like people see other people, like they see people of color and they're just like, you know, they don't digest or take in, or like they see it and their first reaction is kind of hesitant for some reason. And I don't understand why. Like, I don't get it, and I don't know if it's because of where I grew up. Like, growing up in Alaska, there wasn't a lot of diversity, but where I grew up, it was primarily Native Alaskan. So for me, it was like, you're used to it. You're used to being surrounded by people who don't look like you, and I feel like it kind of made it easier for me. Like, my best friend growing up, all my best friends growing up were Native Alaskan. None of them were white. And it was, you know, just normal, like that you just got used to that. So I think when I moved down to the States when I was like 12, it was a big eye-opening experience for me, but I never took it as, you know, to think anything of it. And then the further along I get, like the older I get, and I see the things that are happening, and it's so sad to me. And it's like the culture that we built around the black community it's so sad that they just, like, I know somebody on Instagram who posted something about being afraid to honk at a cop that was in her way, that was like literally holding up traffic, and she would normally feel comfortable enough to honk at, you know, anybody if it was like another person, but she was afraid to honk at the cop because she was black. And it's like, I'm so sad that people feel like that, but I understand that people feel like that, and I'm getting tired of the whole I don't see color mentality, because there's a quote that, and I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with this, that there's a quote that says, if people say they don't see color, it's because they don't see you, that you are transparent to them, that you don't matter. Something similar to that. And it's true, and I feel like it's like that in our BookTube community too. I had somebody actually comment on a video, I'll read it right here. I was talking about Thug, just the book Thug, about how much I loved it, and she said, stop reading kids books. The biggest threat to Black America is Black America. Black people are killing each other and killing police far more than anyone is killing them. Blue lives matter. And while I believe that every life is important, it really is, you can't it's just another thing that we're trying to claim. Like, Black people are trying to have the Black Lives Matter movement, and people are like, nah, Blue Lives Matter, you know, every life matters kind of thing. And it's like, no, that's just another thing that you're trying to take. Like, that movement itself is to call to action and call attention to these things that are happening. Don't make it about everybody else. That's not our movement. We have everything else. We don't need to take something that is specifically for them. Like, if you want to petition and fight and do whatever for police officers or whatever, that's fine, but don't take Black Lives Matter and make it Blue Lives Matter. And first off, like, don't just ignore that that's happening in our country at all. Like, the fact that somebody even feels like that, well, yes, those things happen, but like, don't try to twist it into something that it's not. And I was really frustrated, and the comments on that are quite testy. A couple of subscribers actually tried to comment back, and one of them specifically says to get the fuck off my channel because they're not welcome here, which I can appreciate. I tried not to respond to that one because I didn't want people to attack her, but it's not really attacking. People are being pretty cordial about it, and it's just 2 comments, but it has really upset me. And so then the same day, seeing the New York Times article and just being like, the fucking Black community just once again just completely disregarded, and it just floors me. And I think that as a community, we need to start lifting up all of our creators. And I'm not just talking, you know, the popular ones. I'm not just talking the white ones. I'm talking everybody. And I feel like the amount of attention that gets put on other creators is amazing, but that attention needs to be put on everyone. Everyone deserves to shine, no matter their skin color. And I know that there are some popular ones, like Francina Simone is obviously Black, but she's very well received, and I get that, but it's like everybody deserves to be seen, and everybody deserves to have their name put out there and be spoken about and be connected with despite the color of their skin. So I wanted to make a dedicated video to it, but honestly, like, for me, I've been super intimidated to talk about it, and I feel like probably a lot of people have, and honestly I feel super intimidated about it because I am Caucasian and I don't want to offend somebody, and I don't want people to take it as I'm white and I'm ignorant, because it is such a vast movement and it's so important that I'm just like, I'm afraid to fuck it up. So I just decided to put it in here. I'm sure Joe the Great is going to be speaking about it. She said on Twitter that she was going to be doing like a discussion on it, and it's not to say that we're not excited for the people that were represented in that article, and we're not excited for the people who do well on BookTube, but there's just such a lack of diversity. There were, I think, like 30+ people that were in that picture that were obviously like big YouTube, BookTube creators, and one of them was Black. And it's just like, you know, we don't know if other people of color were invited, we don't know anything about it, but it's just, it's stark that there's one person in that picture that has any kind of melanin, and it's just, it's really sad. But that's gonna be my take on it. I don't know if I'm gonna do like a full dedicated video because, once again, I don't feel like it's my place to speak on it, but then at the same time, as a white person who's experiencing these things and seeing these things happen to our, like, the Black community, you want to speak up because you are a part of the problem. You know what I mean? Like, despite what we're trying to do, you are the part of the problem because you are white, and it is our people who are doing these things. And if anyone tries to say differently, I just don't understand how anybody can act like this doesn't exist, or that it's not a bigger issue, or that it's being blown out of proportion. Like, yes, Black people kill Black people. Yes, cops kill Black people. You can't deny that these things happen, and you can't deny that people are killing cops, and you can't deny that Black people are killing white people. Everybody's killing everybody, but there needs to be, I feel like, more attention drawn to it and drawn to the communities, and more lifting up of the people in those communities. Because I saw something or read something, I think it was in Thug, and the girl was like, or her dad in the book said, you're not coming into these communities and giving people jobs and giving people these chances, and that is why the things that happen in these communities happen. And I think that can kind of apply obviously to the real world, because it is a very real world issue, but also to our community. Like, you know, Black content creators need to be given these opportunities, and they need to be, just like everybody else is getting them, I feel like they also need to be getting them. And it's just, it's really bugging me. I'm on a tangent now because I'm really heated about it, but it's been on my mind for a while. And my husband and I made a video last night, and I'll probably never upload it, but it was just like a voiceover about quote. Let me see if I can find the quote. And the reason why I didn't put it up is because I didn't know if it was really my place to kind of speak about it, but it says the problem, and it's about white people, but it says the problem is that white people see racism as conscious hate when racism is bigger than that. Racism is a complex system of social and political levers and pulleys set up generations ago to continue working on the behalf of whites at other people's expense, whether whites know or like it or not. Racism is an insidious cultural disease. It is so insidious that it doesn't care if you are a white person who likes black people. It's still going to find a way to infect how you deal with people who don't look like you. Yes, racism looks like hate, but hate is just one manifestation. Privilege is another, access is another, ignorance is another, and apathy is another. And ending the quote there for a second, I'm tired of being apathetic to things like this happening in our country. And so on. So while I agree with people who say no one is born racist, it remains a powerful system that we're immediately born into. It's like being born into air. You take it in as soon as you breathe. It's not a cold that you can get over. There's no anti-racist certification class. It's a set of socioeconomic traps and cultural values that are fired up every time we interact with the world. It is a thing you have to keep scooping out of the boat of your life to keep from drowning in it. I know it's hard work, but it's the price you pay for owning everything, and that is so true. So I filmed a video kind of around that yesterday, but I'm not going to upload it because I don't really feel like it's my place to do it, but yeah, I don't know. Either way, I am kind of needing to take a break from the world. I wish that was an actual thing that I could do. I wish I could just take a break, but I need to get these videos uploaded. I need to just, I don't know, hang out. But I will check in with you guys hopefully tonight on what I'm thinking of Annihilation. My husband should be home here in about an hour, so I need to get all of my work done before he gets home. So I will check in with you guys later. And good morning, afternoon. It's 12:41. It is Saturday, August 4th. I have not updated you guys in quite a while because I don't know, I haven't been reading. I've been like kind of reading but kind of not reading at the same time. I am having some medical problems. It's not a super big deal, but it's still something that's affecting me, so I haven't really been able to read. I've just been reading when I'm able to at work, when I am feeling up to it. I've been kind of doing it. I'm gonna show you guys what I have read though, because I've read maybe like 100 pages in the last like 3 days, maybe. So the first thing I've at least started, I'm on page 11 and I'm really excited to get into this. It's Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. This is a book that I've been wanting to read pretty much since I bought it, since I saw Jade talk about it. I believe it was Jade that talked about it. But this is a book that's been pretty high on my list. They did a movie recently. I'm pretty sure this has, oh god, what's her name from Star Wars? I'll put a picture of her here because I can't remember her name right now off the top of my head. But they did a movie based on this book with her in it, and I really wanted to see it, but I wanted to read the book first because that's how I am. This is a pretty short book though. It's like less than 200 pages, so I'm really excited to read it. I bought it mostly originally because it was a cover buy. Like I kept seeing it, was like, that's really pretty, I want to buy it, and then people started raving about it, and then, you know, the movie came out and I was like, all right, I'm gonna read it. It's about a group of, well, there's 4 women, there was 5, the 5th one fell out, but they go to a part called the Southern Reach, I guess, that is Area X, where people either go and never come back, or they go and suddenly they're transported to the other side and they don't like the other side where civilization is. They don't know how they got there, and a lot of like weird stuff happens and they don't really know what's inside of Area X. And this sounds like something I'm just absolutely 1000% going to love. So I'm reading that. So far the writing style is really cool as well. It kind of reads a little bit like a textbook in a way, which is strange. The next book that I am currently reading is Fence, Volume 1. This is the panel's book club book pick for the month, and I'm really excited. I'm actually on part 3, I think. Let's see. I'm like about halfway through. Yeah, I'm just at about halfway through. Chapter 3 is about half. And I'm really liking this. I also really, really like the art style. It's nice and bright and really well done, and it's just, I really like it. Let me show you a little bit of a close-up. This is kind of what it looks like, and it's really, really cool. I actually like the art style a lot. This has been touted as a manga, but it's obviously a comic, so I'm like a little bit confused. I don't know, but it says, let's see, 10 out of 10, a shining light to fulfill all your adorable sports manga dreams, which I really like. But apparently this is written by C.S. Pacat, who wrote The Captive Prince, and I've seen a lot of The Captive Prince going around. It's got a lot of gay rep in it, I believe, so I'm really excited to read something else from them. I don't know if Pacat is a male or a female, but I'm really excited. I like it so far. I can't wait to see what the video challenge for it is. And then the next book that I'm going to be starting, and the section questions are already up for this. They're not, if you guys follow Hyper Not Now, if you guys saw the video, we're not doing specific questions for each section, but we're going to be doing like an overall, like, how are you feeling about it? What do you think? What are your thoughts? So you can put spoilers in there, as long as, you know, people just need to realize that when they go into that people are going to be talking about something that obviously they've already read the first part or the first chapter, or however we decide to break it down depending on the book. So just be aware of that if you do go into that, but it's going to be Vicious by B.E. Schwab. I'm starting this afternoon. I'm really excited. This is a book that you guys know I've been wanting to read for a really long time, and now I have a great excuse to read it. I'm very, very excited. But this is it. If you guys saw my video, it follows Victor and Eli. They start out as two brilliant, arrogant college students who recognize the same sharpness and ambition in each other. But in their senior year, a shared research interest in adrenaline, near-death experiences, and seemingly supernatural events reveals an intriguing possibility that under the right conditions, someone could develop extraordinary abilities. And then they decide to attest to that, I'm assuming, on people, and Victor goes to jail and he breaks out of jail. I think in my video I said that he's released from jail, but he breaks out and goes looking for Eli. So I'm really excited to read this. This is a book that I've heard that is like just villain, it's all villains, and that's something that I very much so enjoy, so I'm really excited for that as well. But that's going to be it for this update, because I have to get ready. We are actually doing the quarterly book club live stream tonight. We're going to be talking about Godblind by Anna Stevens. I'm really excited to see everybody. I always get really anxious when we do it though. I don't know why, but like it always gives me a panic attack for some reason, and it's not because I am uncomfortable, because I'm with people that I love and we're talking about things that I want to talk about. It just, for some reason, I think it's like, in a way, it feels like performance anxiety, but it's really not. But for some reason my body like convinces itself that that's what it is. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna get ready for that, do a little bit of blogging stuff before I have to, you know, like get ready for that. My husband and my brother-in-law just went to get coffee. I made my own coffee because I'm trying to save money, because I've been buying a boatload of books. I've been doing the bookish wish list thing or whatever on Twitter, so I've sent a couple people some books. I think I've sent like 3 people some books right now, and I need to slow my roll a little bit. But honestly, I think it's really nice. I tried to pick people who wanted more of their rep, or, you know, things like that. There were the specific like bloggers. I think one of them was an Asian book blogger and she's owned voices, and you know, like that kind of stuff, because yeah, I can spend that money on myself and just send myself books and order books, and I wanted to do something nice, and I think it's a really great movement. So if you guys are seeing this, and I think that it'll still be happening, I think it's going to be something that continues to happen, check out Twitter, maybe send somebody a book, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's going to be it for this update. I will see you guys a little bit later. I'm going to take the morning to get ready, read a little bit, and then I will check in with you guys probably after the live stream. haven't updated you guys because, I don't know, like, I want to vlog, but I want to make sure that I'm vlogging things that matter. But I am currently still reading Annihilation. I didn't update you guys yesterday because we did the live stream and then just kind of hung out, so I didn't want to vlog all of it. But I'm on part number 2, which is page 37, and I really like this book. It's really kind of, it's written very interestingly, and it's also very, I don't know, kind of in-depth. I like the Lost World aspect of it, but I'm really excited to continue it. I work 12 hours today, so I'm going to have plenty of time to read, and I think my husband's going to be bringing me some comics because I forgot to bring some other books with me today because I feel like I'm probably going to finish this since it's only about 300 pages, but yeah, that's going to be it for my morning update. I will update you guys tonight when I get home and let you know kind of what I'm thinking of everything and sort of wrap up this vlog and let you know how I did for Booktubeathon. Spoilers, I didn't do very well. Hey guys, so it is 12:30. I just got home from work. I'm sitting down to do my final check-in. I was gonna say my Booktubeathon check-in, but honestly I didn't read a whole lot. I finished Annex, which was, I read that from the 15th through the 29th, so that was like the beginning of Booktubeathon. And then I read Paper Girls Volume 1, which was the one I think where I wore a hat. Snot Girl Volume 1, Green Hair Don't Care, that was the cover with green on it. Other than that, I didn't read anything for Booktubeathon. I finished Godblind, and then I read Fence Volume 1, which you guys heard me talk about. Currently, the books that I am reading are Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. You guys heard me already speak about this today. I'm on page 123. I just started Vicious by V.E. Schwab, or I will be starting it. These are essentially the books that I'm gonna get around to reading in the next week. I hear The Sunspot. This is a manga, as well as today I got in the mail Orange, which is also a manga. This is like the first volume, like the complete first set or whatever, and it's massive. It's like 500 pages. And then I also got Your Name Volume 1. So these are the books that I want to read over the next week. You guys will see that in the next vlog, hopefully. Yeah, I just didn't do very well for Booktubeathon, and that's okay because like I said, I've got a lot of medical stuff going on. I have a doctor's appointment on Monday though, and hopefully we'll be able to sort all that out, but I'm honestly not going to beat myself up for not reading as much as I wanted to. I did Tome Toplathon and then went straight into Booktubeathon, and it just really stressed me out. So I know a lot of people can relate to that, but that's gonna be it for this check-in, for this vlog, because I need to edit this vlog and I need to go to bed and get ready for the week. But I hope you guys are having a good week wherever you are, a good Monday. I hope you guys have a good week because you guys will see this on Monday. But I hope you guys liked this vlog, and I will check in with you guys then. Bye.